Let's speak to Kamran Bokhari, the Director of Analytical Development at the New Lines Institute for Strategy and Policy in Washington, D.C. Kamran, good to see you. At this point, it looks as if many Afghans who worked with foreign troops could be left behind, thousands of them. What's going to happen to them?
Look, it's very difficult to get everybody out. That's something that Washington knows. And that's why I think that the entire focus of the Biden administration is to get as many people out as possible, particularly because of the way the withdrawal was operationalized by this White House, and then the entire sort of botched way in which the takeover of the country by the Taliban was handled. So the Biden administration is under a lot of pressure, but it also knows you can't get everybody out.
A lot of pressure, as you said, on President Biden to extend that deadline. The Taliban are saying, no way, that August 31st date is a red line. Can the US negotiate with the Taliban? We know they are talking to the Taliban. Can they persuade the Taliban to extend that deadline?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, look, they cut a deal, which is why we're here. That was huge during the Trump administration, the February 2020 deal. And so the United States still holds a lot of leverage. The Taliban government will need, financial assistance, and it cannot afford to completely just demand the complete and utter withdrawal on August 31st if the United States still needs to stay for a bit more time. So I think it's possible, but we'll just have to wait and see if that actually happens.
Obviously, one of the reasons why so many Afghans want to get out of Kabul is because they're deeply afraid of what Taliban rule is going to mean for them. Have we seen any signs that there could be reason to hope that the kind of governance the Taliban engages in will be different, that there won't be purges, that there won't be executions and retribution for Afghans who worked with US and foreign forces?
So there are two sides to this issue. One is the Taliban imperative to appear nice and to project the image of Emirate 2.0 as vastly different from version 1.0 in the 90s. So there's that aspect to it. And obviously, the Taliban aren't just saying that. They, for their own imperative purposes, for the need for international recognition and placate their own population, because not everybody's going to leave, they are saying those things. The problem is that the Taliban are who they are. They cannot, this is not, this is pragmatism at best. This isn't behavioral transformation, much less anything remotely resembling a moderation in behavior. So they can't change who they are overnight, but they did seize power overnight. So those two things don't coincide. And then there's the issue of governance. They have very little experience in governing. For the past 20 years, they've been an insurgent force. Those who govern Afghanistan, were from a different era, and a lot has been said about that. So this is a challenge, and therefore the behavior of this regime in the making is something that I wouldn't bet on what the Taliban are saying, because it's information operations.
Great to get your analysis there, Kamran. Thank you very much indeed. Kamran Bokhari there in Washington, D.C.